Welcome back to Simple English Stories. Thank you for listening. This channel is for English learners who want to listen to slow, clear, simple English. Every story follows one person through one ordinary and beautiful day. Today, we meet a new character. Her name is Rose. She sells old and beautiful things at a vintage market. Every weekend, she sets up her stall and waits to see who will come and what stories they will bring with them. Sit back, relax, and let's begin. My name is Rose. I am 31 years old. I sell vintage things: old clothes, old books, old jewelry, old pictures, and other beautiful objects from the past. I sell them every Saturday and Sunday at a market called the Sunday Lane Market. Even though it says Sunday in the name, it opens on Saturdays too. Nobody knows why. It has always been this way. The market is in a large open square in the old part of the city. About 40 stalls. Colorful, busy, full of interesting things and interesting people. I love it. On market days, I wake up at 6 o'clock. This is early for a Saturday. Most people sleep late on Saturdays. But I have things to do. I get up and make tea. Strong black tea with a little milk. I drink it standing at the kitchen window, looking out at the dark street below. The sky is turning from black to dark blue. One star is still visible. I watch it until it disappears into the morning light. I eat a quick breakfast, 2 pieces of toast with peanut butter and a banana. Then I get dressed. On market days, I always wear something from my own collection. Today, I choose a long, dark green skirt, a cream blouse with small buttons, and a warm burgundy cardigan. I put on brown leather ankle boots. I look in the mirror. I look like someone from another time. I like this. I have a small white van. It is old, 15 years old, but it works perfectly. On Friday evenings, I pack the van with my stall items. So this morning, all I need to do is drive. But first, I go to my storage room. A small room in my flat full of boxes, rails of clothes, shelves of books, and trays of jewelry. I check one final time that everything is ready. I always find one more thing to bring. Today it is a small oval mirror with a gold frame. I found it last weekend at an estate sale. It is beautiful. I carry it carefully to the van and put it on the passenger seat beside me. I start the van. The engine coughs once. It always does this. And then settles into a comfortable hum. I drive through the empty morning streets toward the market. The city is beautiful at this hour. Quiet, clean, full of potential. I arrive at the market square at 7:15. Some other sellers are already here. I park the van and start unloading. Setting up my stall takes about 45 minutes. First, I put up the folding table and cover it with a dark green cloth. Then I arrange the items carefully. Not randomly, with thought. Big items at the back, small, delicate things at the front. Clothes on the rail to the left. Books in a wooden crate on the right. Jewelry in a flat display case in the center. I put the oval mirror at the back of the stall, tilted so people can see themselves in it as they walk past. This is a trick I learned from an old seller named George, who has the stall next to mine. People stop when they see themselves, he told me once. He was right. George arrives as I am finishing the setup. He is 68 years old with white hair and a very large coat. He sells old maps and prints, framed pictures of cities, rivers, and countryside from hundreds of years ago. His stall looks like a small museum. "Morning, Rose," he says, unloading his van slowly. "Cold today." "Not too bad," I say. "The sun is coming." He looks up at the sky doubtfully. "Maybe," he says. I make us both a cup of tea from my small thermos. We drink standing beside our stalls, looking at the square filling up with sellers and their things. This is one of my favorite moments of the whole week. The market officially opens at 9 o'clock. But people start arriving at 8:30, walking slowly between the stalls that are already set up, looking at things, touching things, asking prices. The first person to stop at my stall is a young woman, maybe 20 years old, with colorful hair and a big denim jacket covered in small badges. She goes straight to the clothes rail and starts looking through it, quickly but carefully, the way someone looks when they know exactly what they want, but do not know they know it yet. She pulls out a mustard yellow coat, long wool 1970s style. She holds it against herself. "How much?" she asks. £35, I say. She looks at the coat, she looks at me, she looks at the coat again. "It's perfect," she says quietly, more to herself than to me. "Try it on," I say, pointing to the oval mirror. She puts it on. She looks in the mirror. Something in her face changes. She stands a little taller. She turns left, then right. "I'll take it," she says. She pays and walks away, wearing the coat over her denim jacket. I watch her go. She is already walking differently, more confidently. This is the thing about vintage clothes. They do not just fit your body. Sometimes they fit something else, something harder to name. The best part of my job is not the selling. It is the stories. Every item I sell has a history. And sometimes the people who buy them bring their own history too. At 10 o'clock, an older man stops at my jewelry display. He looks at everything slowly, with very careful eyes. He picks up a small brooch, oval, gold-colored, with a pale blue stone in the center. He holds it in his palm and looks at it for a long time. "My mother had one exactly like this," he says. His voice is quiet. "She wore it every Sunday." "It is from the 1950s, I say gently. Good quality. It has been well looked after." He is quiet for a moment. "How much?" £8, I say. He pays without hesitation. He puts the brooch carefully in his shirt pocket and pats it once with his hand. Then he walks away. I do not know his mother. I do not know what she looked like or where she wore that brooch on her Sundays. But for a moment, at my stall, her story and his story and my stall were all connected. This happens all the time at the market. This is why I come back every week. At 12:30, the market is at its busiest. People are everywhere. The smell of food drifts over from the food stalls on the other side of the square. Someone is selling crepes, someone else is selling hot soup, and a man with a big hat is grilling sausages. George watches my stall for 15 minutes while I go to get lunch. I buy a crepe, cheese and spinach, and eat it walking slowly around the market, looking at other stalls. I always do this on my lunch break. Walking around is part of the job. I am always looking for new things to sell. Other sellers sometimes have items they want to trade or sell cheaply. Last month, I found a box of old postcards from the 1930s. I sold them all within 2 weeks. Today, I find something interesting at a stall on the far side of the square. A small wooden jewelry box, painted dark blue, with a tiny brass clasp. Inside, lined with red velvet. Empty now, but beautiful. "How much?" I asked the seller, a young man with a beard and a tired expression. £3, he says. I buy it immediately. I already know someone who will love it. The afternoon brings different people. Morning people are often serious buyers. They come early with a mission. Afternoon people are more relaxed. They wander, they touch things, they stay longer. A mother and daughter come to my stall at 2 o'clock. The mother is perhaps 50, the daughter maybe 16. The daughter goes straight to the books. She picks up one, then another, reading the back covers carefully. She holds up a small green hardback book. "What is this?" she asks. "A collection of short stories," I say, published in 1962. It belonged to someone called E. Marsh. Their name is written inside on the first page. She opens the book and reads the name written in old ink. E. Marsh, she says. I wonder who that was. I wonder too, I say. She buys the book for £4. Before she leaves, she says, "I'm going to read it and then try to find out who E. Marsh was." "Let me know if you find out," I say. She laughs. "I will." I know she probably will not come back to tell me, but I like that she might. I like that this little green book that sat in a box in someone's attic for 30 years is now going home with someone who wants to know its story. The market closes at 5 o'clock. By 4:30, most customers have gone and sellers are beginning to pack up. The square, which was full and colorful an hour ago, slowly becomes quiet and empty again. I pack my things carefully. Clothes back on the rail, covered with a sheet, books back in the crate, jewelry wrapped in soft cloth and placed in a box. The oval mirror, it did not sell today. I wrap it in a blanket and put it back in the van. It will try again next week. I count my money. Today was a good day. The yellow coat, the blue brooch, several books, 2 scarves, a pair of old earrings, the jewelry box I bought and resold within an hour, and a few smaller things. A good Saturday. George finishes packing at the same time. He waves at me from across the square. "Good day," he calls. "Good day," I call back. "Same time next week," he says. "Same time next week," I agree. I drive home slowly. The city in the late afternoon is golden and quiet. I park the van outside my building and leave the unpacking for tomorrow. Tonight I am tired, the good kind of tired. I make dinner, pasta with olive oil, garlic, and spinach. Simple and fast. I eat at my kitchen table and look around my flat. It is full of things, of course. Shelves of books, a clothes rail with items waiting to be sold or kept, an old radio on the windowsill, a painting of a harbor on the wall, a collection of glass bottles on the shelf by the door, green, blue, amber, clear. Everything in my flat has a story. I know them all. After dinner, I make another cup of tea. I sit on my sofa and look at the jewelry box I bought today, the dark blue one with the brass clasp. I open it. The red velvet inside is soft. I think about who it might have belonged to, what they kept inside it. Rings, maybe, or letters folded small, or nothing at all. Some people keep empty boxes because they are beautiful. I close the box. I put it on the shelf. I think about the yellow coat walking away on the young woman's shoulders, the old man patting his shirt pocket, the girl with the green book who wanted to find E. Marsh. Objects are interesting, but people are more interesting. And this is the thing about the market. It brings them both together, every week, in the same square, in the same morning light. I finish my tea. I go to bed. Next Saturday, I will do it all again, and I cannot wait. Thank you for listening to Rose's story. If this story helped your English, please like the video and subscribe for a new story every week. Leave a comment below. Do you like vintage things? What is the most interesting old object you have ever found? See you in the next story. Goodbye.